All right, so we have our open shade. Open shade just means that there's no direct sun hitting our model. It's a great light, a nice even light, but you do still want to have some direction. So typically when you show up to an open shade location, you want to check out which direction your light is coming from or which is best. You don't settle for just a flat shot because it might be just that, flat. So tip number one is to rotate around your subject to see which light is best. I'm gonna do a couple quick shots right here, and I'll put on the screen the photos so you can judge for yourself. All right, so this can be done in one of two ways. You could just rotate around your model and look at them. Look at their face, move back into the shade, perfect. And then you're just looking for the light, and you have your model follow. So their chin is just gonna follow you, and then you're just looking for the shadow, the way that the light is hitting them. So I like to just use your camera and take a shot. So you take a shot here, and then follow me. Good. Great. So you could even go at a lower angle. So let's crouch down. So you're just trying out the different quality of light within your open shade. So right here, this is really nice. And you can see, she's gonna have to do a little move. Perfect. So right there, you can see the light is just coming across her face, casting nice shadows. This is a really flattering light. Okay, so tip number two is looking for just natural bounces that occur in your surroundings. So if I turn the camera around, you see right here, there is a giant wall, and it's white in color, so it's reflecting a nice white light on our model. This open shade is above our subject, so it's going to give nice natural looking light like the sun. If your bounce is below your model, then it's going to cast those kind of not so good looking shadows up from below their chin. If this is the only light available, you can just have your model kind of tilt their chin down, but always look for kind of naturally occurring bounces. So that leads me to tip number. All right, so tip number three is watch out for color cast. So now we're in a different location, and you can see our skin is a little pinkish, and that is correctable in post, but the whole idea is you want to do as little post as possible. So the reason why we have a slight tint to our skin is because our bounce is a pink wall. So looking for natural bounce means you're looking for something that's light in color, that's complementary to the skin. Earlier today, we walked by a green wall, and it casts green shadows on, or green light on our skin, something that wasn't so flattering. If you're going for that, I mean, there's so many rules in photography, but there's so many reasons to break them. If you want green skin, or if you want a pinker skin tone, then look for a pink wall to shoot, to bounce your light off of. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple shots here just because we are here, and I want to show you the difference between this pink wall and the white wall. So let's go glasses off for this. So you can see it looks like natural to her skin to have a slight pink tone, and you can change it in post if you're shooting in RAW. But sometimes it isn't ideal. So now I'm gonna just split the face. So now you can see there's white reflecting here, and then there's pink reflecting off the pink wall. And you should be able to see the difference of what a pink bounce does for you. Okay, so next is, say that you can't find a natural bounce, you have a 5-in-1 reflector. This is a pretty common thing in people's kits. You fold it out, there's a silver side and then there's a white side. I see this being used on location in probably the incorrect way, and I think the reason why is because lots of tutorials have a strobe above their model and then they're using this as a fill light. In OpenShade, it doesn't really work that way. What you want to do is you want to position yourself in the sun and then reflect your light on your model. Now, see, that's just blinded her. When you're positioning your reflector, underneath gives those kind of not so great under shadows. So what you want to do is position your reflector above, just like you would if you were setting a light. So this is now your key light, and you don't have to have the beam of light directly on your subject. If you point it to the right or the left of her, you can see she's still getting the nice light. You're not blinding her. It's nice flattering light. And if it's nice when you have an assistant to work with you, but if you don't, you just hold it above like this, and then you can take your shots. So check it out. This is with my reflector above, and then this is without, and then this is that underlight. So you can see for yourself, it's actually really bright. There's two sides. You could use the white side, and you're not gonna get that harsh kind of beam going into them, but just trust that the light will reflect. Go ahead and take your glasses up for a sec. You'll still see, and then just look straight here. You'll still see in her eyes if I zoom in. And this is without the reflector. So you'll still see that the reflector is present, and the closer you get it to your model, the stronger the effect will be. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope these tips help you in your next OpenShade shoot. Go check out Christina on Instagram. She is a very talented dancer. I will see you in the next video. Want to do a dance or something?